was spot on. All the makeup was amazing. All of the music was amazing. Every performance was awesome. I really, really enjoyed it.
I loved it. I loved it. Great energy. It's like old school Lacage. It was awesome.
We've seen one in Vegas, but this is as good as the one in Vegas. It really is.
I love the show. We've seen it before. They're absolutely great.
They sure are excited, aren't they? Well, that is a great example of what people are saying about the hit dinner show Carnival Cabaret. I'm Thalia Hayden.
And I'm David Reese, and we're standing in downtown Palm Springs, right in front of where Carnival Cabaret is playing to packed houses every weekend. Today we're going behind the scenes to meet the men of Carnival Cabaret. And Thalia, you've had a chance to cover them several times for KMIR News.
I sure did. I was even here when the show's host, James Gypsy Hawk, was honored with that star.
Carnival Cabaret really is unlike any show in town, and so are the actors who perform in it. So what is Carnival Cabaret? Thalia's going to take us inside the show.
The new hit dinner show called Carnival Cabaret is a star-studded evening with a cast of professional actors. And did we mention they're all men? KMIR got a sneak peek of what it takes to transform these men into character. But here's what you need to know about this performance. It's not a drag show.
We are not men that have a proclivity for wearing dresses and running around town and having a drink in a gown. This is theater. It's a structured theatrical production.
We became the longest running show in Lake Tahoe at a casino there. We were there almost 10 years. We're the longest running show in the history. But now we want to become the longest running show in the history of Palm Springs. So we've relocated here.
And when it comes to the finale of this show, how about the end? Were you shocked?
Yes, that was very intriguing. That was very that awe moment, wow, that was intense. Yes.
It was I just would never expected that they did that.
The finale of this show tells you exactly what you've been looking at, and it is phenomenal.
And we're not about to reveal the end of the show. You'll just have to see it live.
Before we meet the actors in Carnival Cabaret, let's talk about how the show came to Palm Springs.
We all remember the Palm Springs Follies. Well, they left Palm Springs, and it certainly left a void. And the producer of Carnival Cabaret said he wanted to fill it. You won't see him on stage. He's the man behind the curtain night after night, making Carnival Cabaret happen.
I brought Carnival Cabaret to Palm Springs because of the void that I knew and assumed the Palm Springs Follies would leave.
In 2014, after a 22-year run, the Palm Springs Follies said farewell. So Carnival Cabaret producer Dan Gore seized the opportunity.
People want a show here. The Follies left this huge void. People still come and they say, you guys the Follies? Even though we don't even say we're the Follies. They still think we're the Follies. And with Gypsy being as old as he is, 84, it just kind of falls into that place.
Gore says Carnival Cabaret has been a passion of his since he was a teen.
I met Gypsy in Beverly Hills at a place called the Carnival, and we had that, several of us had that same common denominator, the Carnival, Gypsy, Alfie, Kevin, Wylie, Cece. We all had this meeting and this knowledge of the Carnival, the Cabaret show of 20-something years ago.
So Gore decided to round up the troops for a modern-day rendition of Cabaret.
I think we're really a movement in the, not just the art form, but the whole gay movement.
Gore says the show doesn't discriminate and appeal to all types of people.
What makes us unique is that we are accepted by families, from young kids all the way up to the very elderly people that come. They love us. When that curtain closes and the people leave here, you would have thought we, lifted cars over our heads. I mean, they have an amazing feeling, and that's what's, uplifting to me, and that's what makes me emotional.
And Gore humbly gives the cast the credit.
To me, I feel like I'm a small part of it versus the performers, because I attract performers that really believe in the passion I have, and it just makes a great mold. But if I don't have those same believers behind me, it doesn't really support what I believe in.
And speaking of believing, Gore says the show just keeps growing in popularity.
A lot more people are seeing this, and we're opening ourselves up to a lot more people that want to get involved. And the city has been, they're flying our banners now, so they support what we're trying to do. We are uplifting the art of this art form more than anyone else in this industry, I believe.
You know, David, somebody else who really supports the art form of Carnival Cabaret is Alfie Pettit. He was actually in the show at one point, but now he guides and promotes the show around town.
That's right, and Thalia, if you don't know Alfie personally, chances are you've probably seen his car.
Alfie Pettit certainly knows a thing or two about being larger than life. These days, you know he's nearby when you see his car he calls Pink Lightning. It's a rolling advertisement for Carnival Cabaret.
We put this strategically in different places and we put flyers on it.
Alfie's over-the-top personality definitely draws attention, and that's probably one reason Carnival Cabaret approached him about becoming part of the show.
And they asked me, they said, "We want you to join our team." And I said, okay, because I knew that he was magical, you know, and we're making history. So anyway, we formed a corporation, and I came out of retirement. And the rest is history.
The history of Carnival's James Gypsy Hawk is what Alfie says really drew him to the show.
Take it down a notch. Don't put yourself through that kind of ecstasy.
I mean, you get to sit there and you get to watch a legend do his craft that he's done for years and years and years and years. And it's, you know, once that's gone, it's gone. Gypsy is able to just get into their hearts, you know. And so, and they don't feel, I don't know, uncomfortable. They don't feel threatened. You know, he has a way of doing that.
For more than a year, Alfie opened the show as a performer.
Well, I already feel like I did it. You know what I mean? It's really been a successful year for me in my heart. But what would feel right would be for us to be saying, okay, we're about to outgrow this space now. Where are we going to go next?
What's next for Alfie is a new role in Carnival Cabaret.
I get to manage, I get to be an owner. And so I get to really be on the other side of it. And it's what I do best.
Business is nothing new to Alfie.
I had a successful autograph business for years. And I had the town wired, and people would call and tell me who was where. And so it became a persona.
A big persona in the 1990s as a professional autograph seeker in Hollywood.
Let's just start with the obvious question of why do you do it? Alfie, what's the story?
For myself, I would say it's definitely the money. Definitely the money. Yeah, and it's exciting, too. You meet these celebrities, and it's kind of like a major adrenaline rush, I would say.
Now, 20 years later, it's Alfie as a performer himself, taking the desert by storm.
You know, the real stars of Carnival Cabaret are the performers.
When we come back, we'll get to know each of the stars who perform in the show, including the show's host, who's been performing as a woman for decades. We'll be right back.
One of the best things about Mathis Brothers is when we get a price break, you get a price break. These top grain leather recliners from Bernhardt were a great buy at just $8.49. In fact, they sold out. Now they're back in stock at an unbelievable $7.49. These leather recliners, in choice of style and color, were priced at $11.37. Now we're proud to offer them at just $9.99. At prices this low, these special purchases won't last long, so come in and save now at Mathis Brothers.
The Rio Olympic Games, coming August 5th. Brought to you on KMIR by Del Taco. Try the Del Taco, a new taco loaded with more of everything you love.
One of the most memorable aspects of Carnival Cabaret is the show's host, James Gypsy Hawk.
That's right, he's recognized in the Guinness Book of World Records as the oldest female impersonator.
James Gypsy Hawk isn't your typical 84-year-old. Originally from New Jersey, Gypsy became a household name in Hollywood in the 1980s. He was the star of a popular show called La Caja Fall Cabaret on La Cienega Boulevard.
Out of the clear blue, Dan Gore called, and he said, "You haven't seen me in years and years and years, but I'm a producer now, and I'm producing a show in Lake Tahoe at the Horizon Casino Resort." I was 68 years old then.
And ever since, Gypsy has been the shining star of the hit dinner show Carnival Cabaret, which began in Nevada.
He says, "Well, get to Lake Tahoe." I said, "Fine." So I was gone in 3 days, and we opened there to rave reviews. So we did 2 shows a night, 6 nights a week, and we were just packed for 4 solid years.
And this is no small feat for an 84-year-old man. While the performers have maybe 2 costume changes, Gypsy has 6 or 7 per show. Gypsy's role in the show is quite different from his cast members.
I've always felt that the MC should never cross over the line of being on the same plane as the performers. In other words, the MC is there to get everybody happy or unhappy, or you switch from that character yourself into, now we're going to take you to the world of magic.
And what a world of magic it is.
Carnival Cabaret is the men, the makeup, and the magic. So I created an aura and an area for the audience to go where they think they know all about the famous people they're going to see that night, but they forget that it took a bit of magic to make them that magical.
So as the cast packed up after their long stint in Lake Tahoe and took their show on the road, a new concept emerged.
Dan had this dream that, why don't we make a stylized version and bring it in the form of a dinner theater?
And that they did. The cast and crew turned the production into a more intimate and interactive performance, which Gypsy says works well in Palm Springs.
What does your husband-to-be do for a living?
He works in software.
Software? We'll tell him when he comes back as a hard drive, we may have cocktails. I had been coming to Palm Springs for years and years and years, off and on. But I think when you're someone who's 84 like me, and you're still able to do this.
Gypsy says only in Palm Springs.
2 big thank yous. One to KMIR, because all last summer, you know, Palm Springs is very difficult to perform all summer long. We made it all summer long because of KMIR. And of course, the people of Palm Springs, because they have many choices to go to. But then there's us.
So you felt embraced by Palm Springs?
I do.
Coming up after the break, we're going to hear from the man behind Reba McEntire.
We'll show you why fans just can't get enough of Kevin Wylie.
We realize each and every morning is important to you. That's why we wake up early, researching the stories that matter to you. When time is short and you need news fast, it's our job to make sure you get the news that matters. I'm Dan Bald, and KMIR is where the news comes first. You ask, we investigate.
I don't think we could have gotten this far without your help. You always get the truth.
If you have a story idea, email us at youask@KMIR.com.
I-10 Toyota provided us with the best car buying experience we've ever had.
I'd recommend I-10 Toyota to everyone because the customer service experience was exceptional and the financing was very simple and quick.
My credit was approved in less than 2 minutes, and I say yes to Express.
Get your credit approval in less than 2 minutes and take advantage of our special offer. Get a brand new Toyota Camry and receive $2,500 customer cash. At I-10 Toyota, say yes to Express.
A big announcement is coming. Be here Friday at 7:29 p.m.
Part of the magic of show business is making it appear seamless when backstage it really takes a lot of work.
That's right, and all of the actors in Carnival Cabaret perform multiple characters in every show, and that's no small feat.
Hi, my name is Kevin Wylie. I'm a cast member of Carnival Cabaret, and in the show I perform Dolly Parton and Reba McEntire.
Just like Reba McEntire, Kevin grew up in small-town Oklahoma. But his dreams took him to Hollywood and work in the entertainment industry.
I've been a makeup artist since I was 18. Yeah, I'm trained theatrically and with beauty makeup.
He's been working with Carnival Cabaret's producer for more than a decade, bringing together that expertise in makeup with his love for performing.
Going from a masculine male and turning yourself into a female and then turning yourself into a real-life celebrity. I love that aspect of it.
For his role as Dolly Parton, Kevin says it's the makeup that makes the transformation possible.
For Reba, my face lends itself more to Reba than anybody else. I mean, I could throw on a wig without makeup and look like her ugly cousin.
But Kevin is quick to point out that appearance is only one part of his craft.
I mean, every character that you do, it's just like any other acting role. Character study, watch TV interviews, read books, watch the way they breathe, watch the way they move on stage, so you can kind of capture that essence of them and, you know, kind of get inside their head and see what makes them tick.
The ticking of the clock is also a big part of the show. The cast have just minutes to transform from one character to another.
Yeah, I've come off stage from Dolly, I've taken my costume and my wig and my lashes off and wiped off pretty much all of my makeup except for my eyeliner. I'm just changing my face into Reba. New nose, new eyebrows, new cheeks, new lips. And we have about 15 minutes to do the complete change before we go back on stage.
And nailing the look is what Kevin says he likes best.
My favorite part, my personal favorite part, is before you even get into the number and you're standing behind the curtain and the curtain opens and the spotlight hits you, that instant gasp that you get, that character recognition, and that means everything to me.
Up next, you'll meet CeCe Russell.
He's the one who really gets people up out of their chairs and on their feet. You'll see what we mean when we come right back.
It's not every 4 years, it's every day. All the hard work, the sacrifice, it's so uniting. Representing your country, the world's biggest stage. Feel the energy, you can feel the passion. It literally gives me chills. Prove that you're the best in the world. I want to kick everyone's butt. It's a huge motivation for me. Let's go, it's game time.
The Rio Olympic Games, coming August 5th. Brought to you on KMIR by Assemblyman Chad Mays is proud of our American team going for the gold.
If you've been involved in an accident and you come to my office,
that consultation is free. You're in pain, you're taking medication, you're not working, you have medical bills. I'll explain all your legal rights to you. You'll know what your rights are, and you'll have a decision to make, whether you want to hire me or take a chance dealing with insurance adjusters who are not going to treat you fairly. I'm attorney Barry Rieger. It's important to have someone on your side that knows your legal rights.
The law offices of Barry Rieger. Experience you can trust.
Now it's time to meet Dionne Warwick. Well, kind of. It's all part of the magic of Carnival Cabaret.
CeCe Russell has been taking on the persona of iconic female singers for decades.
Hello, my name is CeCe Russell, and I performed Tina Turner, Dionne Warwick, and Whitney Houston at Carnival Cabaret. Do I sound like a man? Well, I'm trying to give you the Suzanne Plachette.
The always entertaining CeCe Russell has been impersonating celebrity women for more than 35 years.
If anything can be a drug, drag is my drug.
It was another female impersonator's suggestion that got CeCe's career started.
I was sitting in a restaurant, actually, and a drag queen came over and said, "You have a face that should be on stage." And I said, "Oh?" And then she explained it to me, and I was very insulted at first. And then she said, "You'll make $250 a night cash plus tips." And I went, and I was 17, so I went, "How much?" So I tried it, and I was so nervous. I remember my eye kept twitching, and I just knew everyone in the audience could see. But I was hooked. I used to do Bonnie Pointer. That used to be my character. Yeah, heaven must have sent you. That was my big character when I started. And the owner kept saying, "You should try Whitney Houston. There's a singer, Whitney Houston. You should try her." And I just never thought I was considered that serious of a performer to be able to pull her off.
CeCe says it was watching an iconic female impersonator in Las Vegas that really opened his eyes to the possibilities.
And that's when I learned, oh, you just have to work on your craft. It's not that you're not able to do it. It's that you need to put in the work to learn how to do it.
Carnival Cabaret sees its fair share of celebrities in the audience, and CeCe says it's funny to see their reactions.
When you have someone of that stature, it's so weird. When they treat you like you're actually Whitney Houston, it's so weird. And you're like, but do you know who you are? And I'm not even them. And you're really you.
CeCe believes he's still perfecting his craft, every show, every performance. But ask him about his years of success, and he knows what time it is.
Let me tell you, take a black boy from the valley and make this dream his life. I'm telling you, you're gonna get me to cry, because it's big thing. It's a big thing. It's a dream come true.
CeCe sure is something. My favorite is his Whitney Houston impersonation.
He really is an amazing talent, and so is the man behind Judy Garland. You'll meet him after the break.
Weather in the Coachella Valley can change in an instant, and we know being unprepared isn't an option. That's why we monitor the Southland, ready to tell you about any weather changes before they happen. I'm Samara Smith, and KMIR is where the news and weather comes first.
You ask, we investigate.
I don't think we could have gotten this far without your help. You always get the truth.
If you have a story idea, email us at youask@KMIR.com.
After 3 kids, you have a pouch. Rodney Carrington.
You know what I know about that pouch?
You can't grab it.
Come see Rodney on his 2016 Here Comes the Truth Tour.
When you grab a woman's pouch, it's like saying, hey, why don't you run in the kitchen and get you a Pop-Tart there, fatty?
Saturday, September 3rd at 8 p.m. Spotlight 29 showroom.
That is a no-sex penalty right there. Grabbing the pouch, 12-yard walk to the guest room. No sex, 4th down.
Tickets are on sale now. The hits available now on iTunes.
You know, most of the actors in Carnival Cabaret have been performing their characters for years, perfecting their craft.
And many of them say they didn't necessarily choose their characters. They were blessed with an uncanny resemblance. And that was the case for Logan Walker.
Year-old Logan Walker says he's been acting as a female impersonator since he was 17 years old. And here's how it started.
My hairdresser, God rest his soul, said to me millennia ago, you know, you could look like Judy Garland. And I loved Judy Garland as a kid, so I was obviously very familiar with who she was. And he took me to a salon one night and turned the chair away from the mirror and did my makeup and then whirled the chair around, and I saw myself in the mirror and I was like stunned.
From there, Walker says he learned everything there was to know about Judy Garland.
I've met almost every member of her family, including her ex-husbands.
Walker says it takes him about 2 hours to become Judy Garland.
I think the longest part of it is the mental process that you put yourself through to get to that point where you walk out on stage as her. You have to put yourself in a certain headspace, and that's the most challenging, but it's worth it.
Walker retired from show business in 1999 and moved to Palm Springs, thinking his career was behind him. But then the phone rang, and it was Carnival Cabaret producer Dan Gore.
Would you be interested in doing this again? And I thought, maybe. And he said we could pay you well, and it would be a great experience, and I think you would be a definite asset to the show. And I thought, why not?
Walker says it was his love of performing and impersonating Judy Garland that brought him back. And of course, the audience's reaction to the show.
Hearing that, and having people come up to me after the show and say, oh my God, you made me cry. You brought tears to my eyes, you made me cry. And I said, well, that's the biggest compliment you could ever give.
Walker says he plans to continue putting on his makeup and wig for as long as he can.
I'll be the world's oldest living Judy Garland impersonator, but I'll still be doing it.
And after the show is when the audience gets to meet the cast members up close and personal, and they say it's a vital part of the experience.
And the audience? They just think it's fun.
Transformation is hard to believe. Hard to believe. I guess I could look good if they put enough makeup on me.
I thought it was wonderful. It was so fun. I love the host. He was amazing.
Yeah, Gypsy's pretty incredible.
Gypsy was incredible. I was like, wait, maybe we should hang out all the time.
Audiences were great. Our stars are the best in the world.
It was out of control. As soon as I came out there and opened up the show, I knew it was going to be a good night. I got to debut my new costume. I was so excited.
On it.
Rock star. And you got people up on their feet tonight, dancing.
Yeah, I don't know what was going on, but they were waking me out. I was like, okay, I better pick up my game because they were wonderful tonight. You guys were a great crowd tonight. Just amazing. We always have the best crowds here in Palm Springs.
And they hope to be performing in Palm Springs for a really long time. We hope you've enjoyed getting to know the men behind Carnival Cabaret. We know we have, but you have to really see them live to get it.
Carnival Cabaret is wowing audiences every Friday and Saturday night here at Oscar's Cafe and Bar in downtown Palm Springs. You can get tickets by phone or online at 505funshow.com. Thanks for watching. I'm David Reese.
And I'm Thalia Hayden. We'll see you later.